The Missouri Governor's Mansion is actually a mini art museum. It houses many forms of art, the main one being the portraits of the First Ladies. First Ladies are the wives of the governors, and it's become a tradition that the First Ladies have their portraits painted and featured here in the Governor's Mansion. There are several forms of art media that are used in these portraits. Most of them, and from early on, they were done in oil paints. Oil painting are made of natural pigments from plants and from the earth and held together with vegetable oil and olive oil and gum. Oil paints are workable. They have workability. They can be changed and added to for several days, and it dries very slowly and then holds its true natural color. Another form is acrylic paints, and they are a much more modern form of art and has bright colors. It is water-based where colors have been added, but it does tend to change colors with the amount of light in a room. Watercolors, the simplest form, is water-based also with color added. And it dries very quickly and can change with the amount of light. It is very vulnerable to lighting in the room. Mrs. Lon Stevens, Maggie, was the First Lady to have her portrait painted. It was a gift from some of her friends, and this is how the tradition of First Ladies having their portraits painted began. She had two favorite dresses that she could not decide what she wanted to wear. So at her request, she chose the bodice from one dress and the skirt from another. The one dress was from the inaugural ball, and the other was from the 20th wedding anniversary celebration, which they held right here in the mansion. The Stevens had no children, but they loved parties. So they hold the record for hosting the most number of parties held while being residents here in the mansion. Governor Stevens, before becoming governor, was the Missouri Secretary of State. And the Stevens lived down in a nice mansion on Capitol Avenue, which still stands there today, and it is known as Ivy Terrace. Mrs. Matthew Melanie Blunt from Springfield, Missouri, was First Lady from 2004 to 2008. Melanie was successful in lobbying the General Assembly for funds to do some major renovations here in the mansion. She also hosted a first ever event, which was the First Ladies Luncheon, which brought together all the living First Ladies for a common cause. Melanie also was honorary chairman of the Missouri Arts Council, and she took an active leadership in Habitat for Humanity and the Susan B. Komen Race for the Cure. Pat Wilson's picture is presented in watercolors by Paul Jackson of Columbia. He also uses regular objects and puts them together in a pleasing composition. As you can see, the reflection of the mirror, and you're looking out a window and see the Capitol as Mrs. Wilson is facing forward. Mr. Wilson was Lieutenant Governor at the time of Governor Carnahan's airplane crash in which he died. Since he was Lieutenant Governor, the Lieutenant Governor becomes governor when a governor cannot play an active role in the administration of the state. So there were 79 days left in Governor Carnahan's administration, and the Wilson family became the first family of the state then for 79 days.